Okay, good afternoon once again. Today we're going to discuss two very important topics as regards R. We will not yet discuss the introduction, the assumptions of classical linear regression model. That will be reserved for next meeting, face-to-face meeting. For today, we'll just discuss what we need to do when we open an RMD file, an R file, and then save it. What's the best and optimal way to go about this? So may I request you to please open your R Studio. Kindly open. Okay, so if it's the first time that you're opening this, you will have a different interface than mine. Kasi ito kanina, nag-open ako. So what will open here will be the one that I use with the other section, with the other class. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, first let's discuss when you open or when you create an R file, whether it's an R script, an R markdown, what are the different files that you can create? You can do an R script, you can do a Quarto document, a Quarto presentation, an R notebook, or an R markdown. Okay, so these are the things that you can create with R. When you open a file in R, it's best that you always open from an R project. So what's an R project? An R project is a folder where you save all your documents, all the files that you need for a particular endeavor. So it may be you're writing a thesis, you're writing a report. So this, and then for that report, you need a file, you need a data file, whether it's an Excel file, a CSV file, or you need an image that you're going to incorporate in that file. Okay, so when you do that, make sure that all the files are stored in one project. Okay, because there will be great trouble, potential great trouble, if you just open R and then just save the files anywhere. Okay, the saving it as one project will really facilitate the ease of use of R. So you create a project, an R project, and then in that project, you can now open an R script file, an R markdown file, a Quarto presentation file, or an R notebook, and then you save it in that project. Okay. The advantage of that is for an efficient organization of your data, efficient organization of your files. Okay. So how do we create an R project? You can create an R project by, okay, there are several ways to do this, but the way that I like to do it is go to File. So kindly follow along. Please make sure that your RMD is open. Okay, so let's create our first project. So here, File, and under File, you have New File. So you can see here, New File. It's either an R script, a Quarto document, Quarto presentation. Okay, so these are several files that you can create. You can also create a Python script. In R Markdown, you can now create a Python script. So not only R, but also Python. Okay, so this is what we want to do. We want to create a new project. So let's click this. Okay. All right. So you have this dialog box, our new directory, existing directory, or version control. This is for Git. So we're going to create a new project in a new directory. So let's click this, new directory. And then you have the option, are you creating a Shiny application? This is a web application in R, a Quarto project, a Quarto website, Quarto blog, even a Quarto book class. You can see now that you can now create several types of objects using R Markdown. But we'll just create a new project. So if I click this, our project. Okay, so we're asked to name our directory. Okay, what's the name of the directory? So in our case, we're going to create one folder, one directory name for our subject. Okay, and then in this folder, later on, we're going to create subdirectories for the different topics, because in this subject we have different topics. So let me just call it. You may name it any way you want. FINTSAR underscore FinArts. Okay, because for me this is a combined section. K31. Okay, and then underscore, and then I'll just name it T1 Term 1 AY 2023 up to 2024. All right, so I'm naming my directory, my folder, as FinTSAR FinArts K31. Okay, and then the question, where are you going to save it? Where? Create the project under what? I'm going to create it. So let me click Browse. I'm just going to create it in my desktop. Okay, so here I click Desktop, and then you can see here that the folder says here Desktop. Okay, so I'll just create a directory, a folder, an R project in my desktop. It's best to put it in a location where it's easily accessible. And one example of that is a desktop. All right, so I'll now click Open. Okay, and you can now see that the location is C. In my case, it's Users, Admin, and then Desktop. All right. So here you have create a Git repository. We'll discuss Git maybe in the future. Okay, so this is Git is where you can store your files, especially if you're uh, changing, making some changes in your file, for example, RMD file. The Git repository is a very good storage which documents the changes that was done in your file. Okay, so but we won't do that now. Let's just click this Open in a new session here. Open a new session and then create the project. Create the project. Forgot to close this. Okay. Chat. Mika, I wasn't able to. Okay, sige. Okay, Mika, I can't open mine, but I was able to open RStudio. Mika, sorry, what can't you open? Mika, sorry. May question lang dito, klasa. What can't you open? Sabi mo kasi na ano mo? Did you install R already? Okay, na-install mo na si R kasi hindi naman mag-run si RStudio kung walang R eh. So, hindi mo ma-open si RStudio. Is that right, Mika? Okay. Ito dapat yung ano nag-create ka ba ng ano ng parang ng shortcut ano dito sa ano mo sa what do you call this nakalimutan ko na yung pangalan nito. Keeps downloading. Sige, i-check mo na lang. Maybe ang suggestion ko i-delete mo yung RStudio tapos mag-download ka ulit, no? Maybe that will help. Okay. All right. So when you opened your R project class, did it show three window panes like this? Paki-chat nga please. Kindly chat if it showed 3 window panes. Okay, thank you. Nakalimutan ko all right. So, but if you notice, I said before that there are actually 4 window panes, di ba? Okay, hindi lang 3 yan. Ang lumalabas lang dyan, environment, console, and files. Okay? There's actually another one, yung source window natin or yung script window natin. It's just covered by the environment window when you start a new project, but you can have it appear by pressing this one. You can see this it looks like a folders. Okay, if I click this, then the script window will appear. So medyo mas na-lessen yung area ng environment, no? So as I said, class, before, there are 4 windows here, 4 window panes. You have the script window or the source window, the environment, the console, and the files, plots, and packages window. Each one of them have their own functions. Okay. So if you don't have this, interface, this theme, you can change your theme by going to tools. So tools, and then global options here. Global options, and then here you can see here general, code, console, several different functionalities. You can click appearance. Okay, you can change the font size. Okay, editor font size or help panel font size, you can change it. And then also the editor theme. The default is Chrome. Here, this is the default, Chrome. For me, I prefer the Cobalt. Okay, more easy on the eyes. Okay, but of course, I leave you to your preference. Okay, and then once you choose it, just apply or okay. All right, so it now gives you this. If initially the theme was Chrome, the white one, then it would have changed to this one already. Okay, then also here, tools. Let's just take a look at another one, global options. Here for the pane layout. If this is the first time you're opening your R, then the arrangement would have been script here, console here, environment here, and the files plots here. Okay, so for me, my preference is that the console should be here. My reason is that when you write a code here in the script window, the result will be here, will also be outputted here, the console. So for me, it's easier to look at your code and look at the result here as compared to having to look down. Eh, kasi yung sphere ng ano natin, ng site natin, kita natin, di ba ito? Yung buong page na to. So not much effort as far as moving the head is concerned. Pero pag nasa ilalim kasi medyo you will have to move your head a bit, especially kung marami ng laman yung if the console is here, pag marami ng laman, mahirap na rin makita, no? And marami ng laman yung script. So if you want to change this, that's very easy. You just go to, once again, tools, global options, and then go here, pane layout. Okay. If I want console to be here, I just click here, console. And then automatically console will be transferred here. It's now here. Okay. Okay ko pala, no? Okay. And then what happens is the environment will go to the other side. If I click OK, then nagbago na. Andito na yung console, andito na yung environment. But as I said, for me, there's more on a physical reason why I want the console to be on the upper right. Okay, pane layout. And then I want this to be environment. There, console will stay here. Okay. So console will be back here. All right. So when we opened R, you can see here that it tells us that the recent version of R is 4.2.2 and it has a name, Innocent and Trusting. Bawat version ng R binibigyan nilang pangalan. Innocent, parang yung yung sa cellphone, yung mga yung mga OS, no? Ito, Innocent and Trusting. All right. You can, if you don't really need this, you can this symbol, clear console or Control L here. If I click this, okay, it erases this. Okay. My question. Okay lang naman. 4.3.1. Ano yung version ko? 4.2.2. So ibig sabihin mas na. So may nabago na bang R? May higher version na ba? Okay, I think I should also. Kasi every 6 months sila Every 6 months sila i-increase ng Okay. Wait, saan na ba siya? Nasa profile ba? Nasa tools lang po. Check for package updates. You can you can also either download the new version of R, packages to no? Yung mga bagong version ng mga packages. Okay. Alright, di ko maalala kung saan. Pero here you can update yung R, no? Yung R version. Okay, here there are packages also that need to be updated. I'll not do that now. Okay. All right. So that's the form. Now, okay, you can now create your this is an R script, right? Bakit alam natin na R script to? Kasi wala siyang YAML dito, no? Okay? Wala siyang YAML. I can create another type of file. So you go here, R Markdown. This is what we're going to use. Okay, but if you can use Quarto, I'm going to give you some points, no? If you're going to use Quarto. But for our purposes, let's start first with R Markdown. Then it asks from you a title, trial. I'll just put trial 1. Okay. And the default output options are HTML. This is the default. You can click PDF or Word. I'll just leave it with HTML. Okay. You can actually create also a presentation. So you can create a PowerPoint presentation out of R Markdown. Shiny is used for web development. And here, if you click template, okay, so magkakaiba tayo kasi ako nakapag-load na ako dito ng iba-ibang templates, no? Okay, so we can have here, you can create here a flex dashboard. That's for creating dashboards. Okay, Tufte handout. This is very interesting. This is something that's good. This is something that you may wish to learn kasi magandang output tong Tufte handout. Si Tufte is considered also as a father of visualization. Maraming maraming writings, maraming books about data visualization, si Tufte. Okay, so anyway, let's just first create a document. Okay, because that's what will be required in your cases. Okay. All right. So what happened? Okay, lumabas dito yung, you can find here the template, R Markdown file, RMD file. And I know that this is an RMD file because of this YAML, no? YAML, yet another markup language. Okay, if you take a look this, parang simple lang siya, no? Pero, class, itong YAML na to, this is very important when you format already your document. Okay, dito mo ilalagay kung maglalagay ba ng table of contents, dito mo ilalagay yung about bibliography. I'm going to show you some basic examples, no? So this is our document. Okay, and you notice dito may outline na, no? Ano tong dalawang to? R Markdown, okay, and including plots. So what are those? What are those? Ano to? Yung, if you notice, R Markdown, okay, dalawang hashtag. Okay? Sa R, pag gumagawa ka ng outline, okay? For example, first level, 1 hashtag 'yon. Okay? Pag pangalawa, that should be a second level ng outline. Okay, for headings, yes, tama. Thank you, Adele. So, pwedeng i-share niyo yung answer niyo sa yung sa to everyone, no, para makita nila yung answer niyo. You're correct, Adele. Sabi niya for headings. Okay, headings and outlining, no? So, for example, if I change this, ginawa ko siyang isang hashtag. Okay, ibig sabihin yan yung magiging siya yung pinakamagiging main heading. Number 2 will be under that, no? Ito, no? Number 2. Number 3 will be under number 2. Okay, so yung makikita nyo dito, class, na na sa outline dito, as I said, sabi nga din ni Adele, for heading or for outlining. Okay, so when we say this later, makikita nyo magiging iba na yung yung position ng R Markdown kasi number 1 na siya sa main heading. Okay, so for example, if we create here another, mag-create tayo dito ng another heading. Tatlong wala, can't see. Tatlong pound sign, right? And then we can name this as plot. Sample lang plot airline air passengers. The example that I gave last time. Okay. All right. So we now have this, no? Now this is the YAML. Okay, as I said, this is the YAML. Okay, and then tingnan nyo class, ano nangyari? Yan. Tingnan nyo, di ba nag-add ako ng number 3? Automatically, what happened? You can see here the plot map, air passengers form part of including plots. Kasi si including plots 2, tapos si 3, kung saan man linagay si 3, it should be under the number 2, which it precedes. No? You take a look at this. So this is very helpful. Or I can just, if I don't need that now, can just hide that. If I need it again, I can just click it back. No? So this one tells us of the outlining. So in your paper, kasi may outline tayo, no? May outline ng title page, merong introduction, etc. Then that should appear here. All right. This one I mentioned already before. This is the name of your code chunk. We said that in an R Markdown file, codes are written in the code chunk. Okay, so let me just hide this. All right, here you have cars. Here you have setup. Okay. You have pressure here. All right. So if I click this one, okay, you can see here. Okay, trial 1 is the name of the file. The first chunk is set up. R Markdown is our first outline, and under R Markdown is chunk 2 with the name cars, and then under R Markdown is number 2, including plots, and then you have here number 3, which is under including plots. So you can see here a logical way this is written, with the chunks being specified: chunk 1, chunk 2, chunk 3. So if I want to go, for example, if this is a long document and I want to go to a chunk, a code chunk named, let's say, finance, I can just look for that particular code chunk here. Okay, here in this index, and then just click it. Okay, if I click this, for example, it will lead me to this code chunk. So very helpful yung R Markdown structure na to. Okay, so let me pause for a while and then ask you if so far, are we clear, class? For those of you who know already R, I hope you just bear with us because we have so many of your classmates are using R for the first time. Okay, good. Thank you so much for your feedback. Thank you so much for answering. All right. Okay, so let's suppose okay, here is a plot pressure. Let's run this. You can easily have the plot here. Okay, and the advantage actually, one advantage of having using an R Markdown is that you can put side by side the code itself and the answer to the code and the result of the code. Okay. Later on we'll learn ano ibig sabihin ng echo is equal to false. Kasi dito na di ba? Kita nyo to. Dito may include is equal to false, and then dito may echo is equal to false. Let's see the difference between them in a while. So here, let's also plot the air passengers natin. No? Okay. So what's a shortcut for inserting a code chunk? Remember, we're using RMD file. So codes are written inside code chunks. So the shortcut for Windows, it's Control-Alt-I. Okay. And then for Mac, it's Command-Option-I, right? Thank you, Adele. Yeah, that's Control-Alt-I. And then for Mac, it's Command-Option-I. Can you confirm, please, Mac users? Who among you are using Mac? And
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, thank you. So it's Command-Option-I. So that's a shortcut for creating a code chunk. Code chunk, C-H-U-N-K. And then, as I said, good practice is to, let me just write maybe plot. It's quite a long name, but it's okay. Plot passengers. Okay. Then we know that air passengers is a shall we say it's a uh, preloaded data set, so you can already access it automatically without you without you installing packages. So if I also plot air air there, I didn't type everything. R will tell you if it's available. Okay, air passengers there. Okay, so we can plot that. Unlike, okay, let me illustrate this also. Plot. There's also another. There are many data sets, but some data sets come with the packages. So if I use diamonds, for example, notice that I was typing DIAM and it does not appear. Walang IntelliSense ng diamonds eh. Kasi hindi siya available. No? Hindi preloaded yung diamonds. Okay? So that's one way to say that you cannot plot diamonds. Sige, isubukan natin ha. So first I'll plot air passengers. So my cursor has to be here, anywhere here, no? Pwedeng sa simula, pwedeng sa gitna, pwedeng sa dulo. Okay? And then control enter because I'm interested in just plotting this specific line. Or I can click this run. Under run here, merong mga run selected line. Yun lang, no? Or run current chunk. Or run next chunk. So maraming pwedeng gawin dito, no? Okay? Or run set up chunk automatically, etc. All right. So I'll just click this and then control enter. That's one way to run this also. So magkaka-plot dito ng air passengers which I showed you before. Okay? And then this time if I plot diamonds, control enter, what happens? Mag-error, no? Because diamonds not found. Okay, why? Because diamonds come with a package called ggplot2. So let's do that. So I'll create another, maybe let's put here two hashtags and then install ggplot2. Just name it that way. And then control alt I. Take note, I'm conscious of the putting of the outline. Okay. So you have to be at the onset as you're learning R, you have to be already also conscious of that. So always treat any file that you create in R as a report, and you have to be conscious of the outlining. Okay, if I go here, outline, you see here. Okay, so yung install ggplot, which is two hashtags, nasa kahanay na ng include plots. Okay. All right. So I'm going to use the dataset diamonds, but I will. It's from the ggplot2 package. So I will have first to install ggplot2 packages there. So that's how you install a particular package, and then quotes, and then ggplot2. So the package is ggplot2. So this is grammar of graphics plotting. No? So this is a very, very powerful package for data visualization. Okay, so when you click this, okay, by the way, let's go here first, go to packages. Go to packages, and we will not have the same packages because many of you have not yet installed ggplot2 or some of the packages that I have here. Could you please go to packages and type here ggplot2? Okay, and tell me if you find ggplot2 in your directory of packages. Kindly chat please if you find ggplot2. We might have differing answers. So meron, but not updated. Okay, yeah. Okay, yung iba class, no. Yung iba, meron. Okay, let me ask. Hannah, is this the first time you're using R? Hannah?
No po.
Okay. So si Hannah, hindi first time niya ginagamit si R. So na-load na niya yung ggplot2 dati, kaya mag-a-appear yon. So for those of you who are using R for the first time, okay, So wala pang ggplot2 dyan. Okay? So, yan, sabi dito, create elegant data visualization using the grammar of graphics. Ibig sabihin ng GG grammar of graphics. So, either you can click this para wala pa pala kayo, no? So we will have to write this, install that packages, ggplot2. So please do that. Even those who have already ggplot2, paki-install to, no? And let's see what happens. So let's run this. My mouse is Control Enter. All right. So magi-install na siya. Okay. Now, for those of you who said no a while ago, kindly go back to your packages and try to see if you have ggplot2 already in your packages. Kindly answer, please. Wait, hindi ko na lagyan ko ng demarcation. Okay, yeah, thank you, Patricia. Thank you, Erica. All right. So you notice that when we install that package, nag-appear na siya dito, no? Okay. Now hindi nyo siya kagad magagamit, no? Before you can use the functionality of ggplot2, you will have to use the library function, library ggplot2. Or you can use another way to run this is require ggplot2. There, no? Require ggplot2 or library ggplot2. Now notice, to everyone, notice na hindi nakaklik yan, ha? If I run this, yung library ggplot2, I run this, Control Enter. Okay, nag-run na siya. Okay, what happened? Di ba nag-check siya dito, no? So library ggplot2 is just the same as clicking this. So if you want to require or to access a particular package, load a particular package, pwede rin kayong pumunta sa packages, hanapin nyo dito, tapos i-click nyo. Clicking this is the same as using this function, library ggplot2. Okay? So sabi dito, warning, ggplot2 was built under R version 4.2. So kailangan ko na rin mag-update ng R ko. Kasi I think 4.2 yung, saan na ba yan? Let me see. Saan na ba yung ano? I always forget. Saan ba yung ano? Is it view? I'm looking at session. It's not session. Okay, help. Hindi ko kasi kadalasan hinahanap to kaya hindi ko masyadong malaman about RStudio. Ano to version ng RStudio to So my version of RStudio is 6.2, 2023, 6. Ito yung latest na RStudio. Okay, pero yung R ko, saan na ba yan? Nasa view ba? View, show files. You can find here forgot. You can find here the version of R. Okay, anyway, sorry, hindi ko maalala, no? Okay, but you can find here the version of R. So sinasabi dito na yung ggplot2 daw, 4.2.3. And I think may nag-chat, no? Help, sandali. You have to reinstall R. Yes, pero I was looking at the version of R. Nasa help ba?
Sa tabi po ng tools, sir.
Sa tabi ng tools, sandali.
Yung kanina po.
Sa packages?
Hindi po. Doon po sa yung taas po.
Tools.
Yung help po.
Nasa help.
Check
R help.
Updates.
Ito.
For updates po, sir.
Check for updates. Okay, let me see. Ayan, nga, dun nga, no? Newest version of RStudio to, no? I'm looking at R itself, no?
Sir, I think to check for the version of R, you could just go to the console, but
Console, tapos?
just click on it, but they normally would show you the version of R.
Wait.
Yan na.
Ayan, oh.
4.2.2, sir.
Yan, okay. Hindi, ano to? Yung ggplot2 to, no? Tingnan ko yung history ko. Wala yung history. Wait.
No, sir. The version is there po, sir. Yung 4.2.2, sir.
Saan? Saan? Where?
It's under the console, sir. Like,
Under the console. Wait, ha? Ito to,
yan,
sorry.
sir.
So, yes,
Yes,
yes.
sir.
Oh, thank you. O nga pala, no? Oy, buti nasabi mo yan, no? Kasi, class, I failed to mention to you that, okay, nga pala, no? Now, when we open the R project, you notice that, anong title natin? This is the title of the project that we created, di ba? FINTSAR, FinArts, K31, for me, no? And then dito sa files, you notice, andi dito yung directory natin, yung main directory, FINTSAR, FinArts, and then .rproj. Now, this is very important, yung .rproj na to. Okay? So, when you're accessing later on, pag binuksan mo to, all the files that you have loaded to your R project will be easily accessible. Okay? So, I'm now working with R 4.2.2. So, the latest version as shown a while ago is 4.3.1. So, kailangan ko na mag-update ng R file ko. The only disadvantage of that sometimes is that when you may mga packages kasi na built under, let's say 4.1.1, no? Tapos sometimes they will not work under the latest version 4.3.1. So that can be a challenge sometimes, especially if you really need that particular function in a particular package. But there's a way to go about that. May ano naman, meron namang remedy dun, but we'll not discuss that now. Okay, so that hindi di ba nag-run yung ano yung diamonds. Now that we have loaded ggplot2, we can now pwede natin gawing ano, Control Alt I. Okay, then we can now let's get the let's see, summary. Sige, summary na lang ng diamonds. All right. Note class, note. Summary, hindi ko tina-type pa yung diamonds ang buo, di ba? In fact, if I type, let's say D, if I just type D, lalabas na yung mga kulang pa. Sometimes you need to spell another one. Di pa. A. Ayaw pa. Yan. So lumabas na siya, no? DIA. Diamond. So may intelligence si R eh. So alam niya na huhulaan niya, maybe this is what you want, no? So itatab ko na lang, right? So yan na. You don't have to type everything. All right? So if I get the structure, run this. So lalabas dito yung mga iba't ibang variables ni diamonds. Okay, and then you have the descriptive statistics, the 6-number summary. You have here the minimum value, the maximum, first quartile, second quartile, which is the median, and then the third quartile, plus the mean. Okay? All right. Okay, so let's now save this. No? Let's now save this file, save as, and notice, pag sinave as natin to, saan siya magsisave? Dito sa R project natin. Diba ito? FinArts. Ayan. It will be in this folder. Okay, and then let me just, again, I'll just use trial 1. Ano lang naman to, trial file lang naman to. Save. Okay. What happened, class, sa ano? Dito sa files natin. Okay, dali ah. Admin, wait. Okay, let me discuss this in a while, no? All right, so na-save na natin siya, di ba? Let me close this first, no? When you close your file, try to close your file, class. close natin yung file, tapos save ko na lang ulit. Okay, so when you close it, and punta ulit ako sa desktop ko. Okay, and then I'll go to that specific project. It's FINTSAR, FinArts T1, this one. If I open that, okay. Now you see, anong mga laman niya? Nagkaroon siya ng ano, no? Ng .r data at saka .r history. Okay, automatically yon when you close a particular project, okay, it will automatically save all the files that all the codes that you wrote. Okay, and this .r data, we'll discuss this as we go along pag gumagamit na tayo ng ano ng mga data, no? All right, so I can notice that this is the RMD file. Yeah? RMD file. This is the R project file. Okay, if I open this RMD file, I'll click this. Okay. All right. So, andito class yung ginawa natin kanina, di ba? Let me just close the outline. All right. Okay. So this is the file that we used a while ago. And then andito sa mga files natin yung check nyo our history. If I click this, okay. Ito lahat ng mga codes na natin, di ba? Ito yung unang knit-r, and then plot pressure, plot air passengers, plot diamonds. And then nag-install tayo ng ggplot2, nag-library tayo, and then nag-summary tayo. So you can see here a summary of all the codes that we have done. Very useful class. Okay, especially later on you might need to refer to the same set of codes. Pwede yung copy paste dito. Okay, and this is your R project. As I mentioned a while ago, this is our RMD file. Now when you load, let's say you're going to use data, external data, whether it's a CSV file or Excel file, make sure to load it in your R project, no? Dito, para makikita nyo dito, para when you access that, when you try to import that, you will not need to put the oh wait, okay. Okay, sandali lang class, ha? Let me just when I opened trial 1 kasi was it because may trial 1 ako kanina? Okay. Kaya pala may ganun message kanina. Sorry, kasi I used trial 1 a while ago. So when I open now the R project, yan, tama na to, no? Okay, so medyo may mali ako kanina, no? Kasi ang inopen ko yung trial 1 and then there is another trial 1 kasi in another project, no? And what happened was I got a dialog box na hindi daw pwede i-transfer dun sa ano. So I got that message na which I ignored. So that's why I was surprised na hindi ang bumukas yung R project. Okay? So when you open a particular project, make sure that you open the R project itself. Kasi ando dun naman yung ano eh. And then you can just click this. Okay? When you click this, ito pala, lalabas yung ano. When you open that project, by the way, ando dun na yung RMD file. Okay? And you can see that the output is there. I was surprised kasi kanina nung binuksan ko yung trial 1, nawala yung output ng ano ng itong summary. Dapat hindi siya mawawala eh. Dapat andito pa rin siya. Okay, so let me begin with the end in mind. Kasi yung yung mga requirements sa inyo. Okay, may question dito. Edward, kindly kindly share your question. This is a very important question. Kindly share your question to everyone.
Sir, is there a difference between...
Ano mo na lang, i-copy paste mo para makita ng
Sorry,
iba.
sige, sir.
Yeah. So, I discussed this a bit, class, no? Sabi ko kanina, if I open an R script file, yan, di ba? Ito R script, wala siyang YAML, no? So, you will not be able to really format your output. Pwede rin siyang init, no? Ito kahit naka-script lang siya. Okay? Pero ang problema nito, class, yung sa R script, hindi lalabas dito yung kunyari plot. Siya plot pressure. This will run kasi yung pressure, sabi natin, pressure is a data set that's reloaded with R. So alam niyan, mababasa ni R yan. So if I plot it, dito lalabas siya sa mga plots, no? Kaka-problema yung RStudio ko ngayon, no? Anyway, aabot naman tayo matapos to. So you notice that the plot is here. Di ba? O wala siya sa R script. Okay, ang problema, andi dito yung text mo, andi dito yung codes mo, andi dito yung output. So it's not in one document. So that's one difference, no? Okay, unlike this one, yung trial 1 natin, diba? Andito yung document natin, andyan yung codes natin, andyan din yung output. Okay? Edward, did that answer your question?
Yes, sir.
So for your exercises, for your cases, of course, you should use the R Markdown and not R script. Okay. All right. So let's see. Now, when you're done with your document, what you can do is you can knit this. Yung knitted file, yun ang isasubmit nyo sa akin, no? So, yung default nito, HTML file. All right. So let me, paano ininit? Ito, class, here. You can see this knit. Okay. So here you have the option to knit to HTML, PDF, Word. Okay, I'll just knit it to HTML. To knit it to PDF, meron pa kayong kailangan na package na ano muna install, no? Okay, so the default is knit to HTML. Okay, so if you take a look at this, magra-run dito yan, no? Magra-render siya dito. Okay, knitting is the same as rendering. Okay, nag-error siya sa line 40. So, saan daw yung error niya? Line 40, bakit may error? Error in line 40. So, you have to try to see kung ano yung error in contribution that repos. Okay, why? Ba't kaya may mali ba ako dito? Install that packages. Okay, hindi ko alam kung ba't nag-error, I'll just comment this out first. Mahirap ma-detect kung ano yung mahirap malaman kung ano yung reason kung bakit siya hindi nag-knit. So I'll just comment that out first. No? Kinoment ko na muna para hindi isama sa sa pag-run. Okay, let me knit that again. Let's see. So mag-knit siya dito, no? Magre-render siya. Okay. All right. Yan. Okay na, no? All right. Output daw is created in trial.html. Actually, it's here. Yan. It prints here. Ito na yung output class. Yan na. Okay. So this is now an HTML. You can print this as a PDF file. Ito na yung output na isasabit nyo sa akin. However, there will be some changes that you need to do. No? All right. So kita nyo naman, dito yung YAML natin. Trial 1, my name, and then the date. No? r.systems date. Okay. Yung graph and printable file na nasa screen. Okay. May question lang dito. Patricia, kindly share your question to everyone. Okay. Yung graph, what graph are you what graph here or the graph here? Dito? Which graph, Patricia? Kasi tatlo na yung graph natin.
Ayos po, yun nasa left and right po na sides.
Ito.
Yes.
Ito, you can actually generate it here sa RMD, pero pwede rin mag-generate dito yan sa RScript. Ito yon, no? Flat pressure. I was asked a while ago, ang tanong kasi kanina, anong difference ng RMD at saka ng RScript? Sabi natin, for reporting purposes, definitely di hamak na mas maganda si RMD. Okay, kasi in terms of facility for formatting your output, whether it's a book or a dissertation or a nakakagawa na nga ng resume ngayon sa R. May mga nakikita na akong ang resume nila sa R nila ginagawa, no? So maraming pwede nang gawin sa R Markdown. Okay, did that answer your question? Pag i-run mo lang to, then
Yes po.
dito yan sa sa viewer niya, minsan sa plots na linalagay. So, ito sa plots pala dito. Here, nasa plots. Ano yung nasa viewer? Ito na yung ito na yung ninit natin class. And if I go to the to our project, okay, ang folder natin, tingnan nyo, meron ng HTML dito. If I click this, you can now send this to your friends. Yan, ito na, nasa HTML file na siya. Yan. Diba? So, how much utility this provides as compared to Word, diba? Or Google Sheet. Malayo kasi tingnan nyo. Tapos pwede pa natin ma-format yung mga output na ganyan. Yan. So yung ease of use niya, class, talagang sa session 1 pa lang, I know you'll be convinced that this is the way to go. And pretty soon you'll also have your thesis. As I said, some of my students before, some of my advices before sa thesis, yung document nila sa R talaga nila ginawa, sa RMD. From beginning up to the end. So, lahat, pati mga bibliography, pag-print nila, as PDF, or even as Word, pwede rin, doon na yung formatting, lahat sa nila ginawa, sa RMD. Okay, and what's good is that you can generate also an HTML file for this. Okay, now let's take a look at some of the things that we have in our file, yung R file natin. Okay, tingnan niyo una dito, class. Asa na dito yung yung unang code chunk natin? Wala, di ba? So if we go back to our RMD file, yung unang code chunk natin ito, di ba? This one. Yung setup natin. Notice na hindi print yung setup. Why? Kasi nakalagay include is equal to false. Alright? So if we write include is equal to false, ira-run pa rin to. Okay? Yung neat discuss natin in the future, yung pag-set ng echo is equal to true. Ibig sabihin ng echo is equal to true, ira-run yan, ha? Okay? And then, yung include is equal to false, ibig sabihin hindi siya ipiprint. Take a look. Hindi naman siya print, di ba? Okay? So you can include code chunks na ira-run pero hindi ipiprint. Kasi hindi naman kailangan na i-print yan. Had I removed this, magiging include is equal to true, yun ang default. So ipiprint din tong code chunk na to. Okay? Now take a look at the others. Okay, tingnan nyo class, no? Yung isang hashtag, R Markdown. If you take a look at the including plots, tingnan nyo, di ba? Di ba? Mas maliit na siya dun sa outlining, mas maliit na siya dun sa including plots. This is the biggest na na pwede ring yan, pwede pang i-format yan, no? Kasi one hashtag siya. Alright? And then next, andito si summary cars. Hindi naman natin linagyan ng include is equal to false, di ba? Hindi natin linagyan ng include is equal to false. So, sinama yung code, no? Tapos pati yung output. Kasama yung output. Yan. Notice wala yung output dito, di ba? Pero kasama dito. Now, in some cases, the output will be very, very huge. Okay? Napakahabang linya, no? So, of course, hindi nyo dapat isasama yung ganun. Pwede nyo siyang isama sa appendix. So, that's one way to go. Kasi isang mga mali na generate ng mga kunyari, yung data, pwede kasi natin ma-generate yung data dito. Kunyari, 1,000 lines. May mga students in the past, pati yung data, print out nila sa main sa main output, which is wrong syempre. Kasi main output dapat ang mga laman lang yan, yung mga dapat nasa output. Okay? May mga outputs sa mga functions na masyado mahaba, which does not really need to be part of the output itself, which we can just refer to in the appendix or appendix, no? All right, next, tingnan nyo to. O, tingnan nyo class, no? Yung R pressure, di ba? Ito siya. R pressure, echo is equal to false. All right, so anong ibig sabihin din ito? Di ba? Wala rin siya, di ba? Pero rinan yung naran yung plot, and then here at the bottom andito din yung plot air passenger sinama kasi hindi naman natin sinabi na wag isama, and then andito yung plot, and then andito yung take note yung mga yung mga naka-hashtag sinama din yan, no? Yung mga comments pwede rin tanggalin yung comments yan, and then this is the 6 number summary there. Okay, now I have 15 to 20 more minutes. Okay, so this is what I expect with your output, no? All right. So if I save that, Control S lang, then masi-save yung ginawa natin dati, no? Itong ginawa natin. All right. Now, so by now you should have noticed that R markdown is really very important. Now, marami mga sites class na pwede natin gamitin. For example, let me just share with you some. Okay, dito muna, no? Tingnan natin dito. Dito sa tools natin, let's see. Tools, help pala, help. Dito sa help, meron tayong mga cheat sheets. Okay. RStudio, IDE cheat sheet. Ito class, here. R Markdown cheat sheet, R Markdown reference guide. So you can study this and you can study several other, ang daming references that you can use. As I said a while ago, R Markdown is being used to write books. So merong package ang tawag book down. You can write a book via R Markdown. You can write, papakita ko sa inyo kunyari, dissertation. No? All right, so if I click this, itong nasa help, and then R Markdown cheat sheet, okay, you can download this and save this and refer to this. All right. Dito na sa PDF. Na-download na siya. Asa na yung downloads ko? Saan na yan? Ito na lang. Where's that? Okay. Dali ulitin ko. Hindi ko makita. Kasi ang daming bukas. Kailangan magbawas na ako. Let me repeat. Ito, class, no? Cheat sheets. No? So, ano yung mga cheat sheets dyan? Yung RStudio mismo. Okay. Data deployer, ggplot, per, DevTools, Shiny. This is for web application. Okay. Marami tayong packages na magagamit, no, sa regression analysis. Okay, once again, cheat sheet. Okay. So download na dapat siya yan. Okay. Let me open it. So ito class, no? Yan. How to insert tables, how to render, set output formats, and their options in YAML. Ito yung mga YAML, ano? Ayan. Okay, so quite a lot of things to do here. Okay, you can really beautify your output. Kung gusto nyo talaga magpa-impress, magandahan nyo yung output, then of course, R Markdown is the way to go. But you will have to invest in time in studying this a bit. Pero hindi naman siya ganun hindi naman siya ganun kahirap, no? Of course, may learning curve siya. You can insert tables, even dynamic tables, pwede nyo gawin. Citations din, pwedeng gawin. So, kung ano yung kailangan sa research, pwede na dito, no? For your thesis, pwede na rin dito yan. Okay, you can also differentiate the theme. Yan, no? Boots watch, solar. Okay, maraming themes na pwedeng gawin. Okay, so I'll leave that first, and then let me just show you ito, an example where, asa na yung ito? Okay, take a look at this, no? So this is an example. This is a blog of coding club siya. Tapos sinabi nila dito na kung paano mag-dissertation. Of course, class, dissertation is much more difficult than masteral thesis. And ang masteral thesis, mas mahirap kaysa sa undergrad thesis. Okay? So, siyempre, ang undergrad thesis, mas mahirap kaysa research paper lang natin, no? So, kung kayang gumawa ng book on a dissertation sa R Markdown, of course, kayang-kaya natin gumawa sa sa R Markdown, no, ng research output. Let me just show you before I go here. Let me see. Let me give an example. Ito ba siya? Dali. Hindi ko na makita. Wow, where is that? Is it here? No, it's not here. Okay. Okay, so hindi ko makita. Baka mamaya makita ako bago tayo magtapos. Okay, so let me go back here. Ito na lang muna, tingnan natin, class. No? So, as I said, class, advantages of R Markdown, it's very important of appreciating it. And so why limit yourself to reports that are very basic, that are very crude, that are quote-unquote Microsoft Word-like, when you can generate really dynamic and powerful outputs, no? Ito nga, so sabi ko nga dito, ginamit sa dissertation. So pwedeng-pwede siya, no? Yung pag NEAT kanina, class, ang package na gumagawa niya, NEAT R, and also cable extra. Okay, so you can, ito, ang ginawa niya dito, kasi dissertation to, kaya malaking file. So hinihiwalay niya ang ginagawa niya, hiniwalay niya yung mga documents that contain, kunyari, yung main body, yung methodology, yung parts ng paper. So hiniwalay niya yun, bawat isang part nun may RMD file. Later on, minerge lang niya. So pwede yun, class. And that's easier kaysa sa isang huge file na RMD, ando dun lahat. Pag medyo pag medyo maliit lang naman yung file, okay lang yon kung maliit yung mga parts, no? Sa thesis, undergrad thesis, pwede pa rin yung ganun. But you can still create different RMD files for the different parts. So let me just show you. Kunyari ito, no? I don't think share ko lang, Control C. Share ko yung na to, yung resource na to. Okay, kindly access that, please. Okay. So you can refer to this. Ito nga, dissertation di ba? So pwedeng pang master's to for undergrad thesis. Now, baka you might say that ang advantage naman ng Google Docs, it's parang everybody can contribute to that kasi it's available online. Ang R Markdown, kung ikaw lang may-ari nun, paano makakagawa yung iba doon? Meron na yan, class. May GitHub na kasi, no? There's such a thing as a GitHub repository, yung Git. So the file can be loaded there. Tapos, so it will be available to everybody. So parang Google, Google Drive na for coding. Okay? Si Google Drive kasi hanggang lang yan, Google Sheet, hanggang Google Docs, no? O kaya PowerPoint or yung Google I don't know the name, no? Pero ito, class, sa coding to sa R, no? So you can create a GitHub. Free lang naman yung mag-create dyan. No? And then pwedeng nakaload dun yung ano. Tapos yung Git kasi, it will track, ang kagandahan dyan, it will track the changes that has been done. So kung ano magagawa dun sa Google Docs na ano lang, na text lang, magagawa sa R na coding and result pa. So no reason for us to not use this. So ito, this is just as an example. Tingnan mo, YAML to class, no? Ayan, no, bibliography from the bibliography package, bibliography.bib. And then here, yung mga headers, no? Tapos naka-explain dito kung ano yung mga headers na yan. Okay, for example, float. Diba? Dito yung ano, yung here, use package float. So what does the float package do? Okay, the float package improves the interface for defining floating objects like figures and tables. So mamomodify nyo, no? Mapapaganda. Okay, so I leave you guys to look at this. Okay, and then wow me with your first output, which is a research output. You're going to identify a particular topic. Tapos para mag-revlit kayo, review of related literature. So if you can insert, of course, images or even data, mas maganda. More points for that. Okay, so ito, front page. So yung output nyo, class, kailangan ng front page yun, no? So let me just show you. So may susundan na naman na kayo na code ito. So this is the code that was generated ito, no? Ito yung code na yon. Okay. So ito yung sa ano, ito yung sa YAML. And then ito may setup, and then this one will be for the front page ito. So the result of this is this one. Asa na siya? Ito, class ito. Ito yung title page niya. So you can, of course, get the logo of the LSU. Ayan. Yan, title page na. Kung group, syempre, iba't ibang pangalan nyo. Alright? So this is the format that will be required of you for any output that's required of you. Kailangan parang paper siya, no? So andyan yung title, andyan yung DLSU logo, etc. And hindi naman siya, sa simula lang siya parang ano. And by the way, you're not supposed, hindi nyo naman kailangan intindihin lahat eh, no? Yung mga aspects ng code na dapat yung palitan. Kunyari, ito, for example, here. Okay, ito. Yung logo, no? Ito. Yung name, yan. Tapos ito yung logo, yung image yan, no? PNG. Okay, so dito kinuha yung ano, dito pinasok yung ano. Tapos ito may mga vertical spacing, 3 centimeters, and then space again, 1 centimeter, and then may large, yung font. Okay? So tapos may vertical space sa dulo, and then yung pangalan kanina. Okay, in partial fulfillment, double slash means next line for the degree, kaya tingnan nyo tong ano, yung ayan, no? Yung for the degree next line na. Okay? It's not parang ano lang, mahaba, pero ang kagandahan nito, class, you can use this for your other subjects kasi papalitan nyo na lang yung ano, using the same format. And then you can use the logo of LaSalle, papalitan nyo lang yung name eh, yung pangalan. Okay, and then siguro yung subject sa ilalim, no? And then standard na yan, diba? Okay? So it makes it really very easy to do this. Ayan, ito yung title, oh. Comparison of top-down, bottom-up approaches and patterns, comma, and then double slash, which means next line yon, di ba? Kung titignan nyo, ayan, oh, nag-next line siya. Okay. Siyempre, may learning curve, as I said, pero it's really very easy to do this. Okay? All right, marami pang references, class. If you just Google nyo lang, create a research paper, create a thesis using R Markdown in R. May mga tutorials, YouTube tutorials. I will not teach you anymore how to access resources kasi alam kong expert na kayo doon, madali kayo mag-Google. Okay? By the way, class, sometimes ang chat GPT makakapag-generate na ng reports. So, as far as integrity is concerned, bawal sa atin gumamit ng chat GPT. Of course, pwede naman kayong gumamit din just for referencing, makapag-ano kayo na idea, but you cannot, of course, copy hook, line, and sinker everything there. Kasi meron na rin tool ngayon para malaman kung from chat GPT siya. No? So, I would discourage you. I'm sure that it's a tool that many of you are using, if not all. Unfortunately, kaya ko rin gamitin. No? So, pwede nyo gamitin yun kung hindi ko alam. Okay, so kung alam ko kasi kaya medyo mahirap, no? So I dissuade you from doing that. All right, so I think that will be all for today. It's already time. Any questions, class? Any questions? Comment, please. How was our session so far? Any comment? Kung clear ba, or any comment that you'd like to make? Kindly, please. I would appreciate that. Clear. Any other comments aside from clear? Do you think makakatulong sa inyo itong discussion natin ito? Okay. At may ina-advise din ako ngayon na na thesis, they're starting. So i-require ko sila na ito din ang dapat gamitin, no? Para smooth yung yung pag-edit, saka yung pag-print, madali lang. Okay, so no questions? All right. So thank you so much, class. I'll see you on Tuesday at 4:15. Nasa tayo, face-to-face tayo. Okay? And I might send to you a file, RMD file that you will have to bring to class. I hope you can bring your laptops. Those who can bring their laptops para makasunod kayo sa discussion natin. Okay, and I'm not yet sure I have already reported to the department kung ano yung room natin, yung concern natin. Hahanapan daw tayo ng isa pang room. Okay, so thank you, class. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.